Alright, so I got these lights here off Amazon. It comes with a remote. And you can see I have these taped off. This is the part where I have them in the chasing mode, you know, so because half the flux capacitors having the right light motion. So I taped it where each start, so like these will blink at the same time, these two lights here, and then they'll chase, you know, be in sync with each other. So that's why all the tape is on there. And if I have to, these can be cut and then put back together. So if it's not long enough to go everywhere I need it, I can cut it and then wire it to make sure they all fit in there. And where I need to have them start, so they can all be in sequence, because that's, you know, half the look of it is the light sequence. So I have these tubes. Now I'm gonna thread a wire through there. I think I have like some wire like this. I'll just strip that off and then put it through there. And that's what I'm gonna do for that. I know they're not gold in the movie, but that's the color I had in the movie. I think they're like a coppery bronze yellow kind of color, but it should be all right. I was just trying not to buy a whole lot of stuff for it. So, you know, I already spent the money on the box a long time ago. Let's see about getting some wires in here. All right, so I got it marked out. Just knock stuff over. I got my you know, wire going through. I just stripped off some regular electrical wire. I'm leaving a tail so I can kind of wrap that around the bolt that's going to come up through to hold it. Now what I'm going to do is hot glue these into place and try to hot glue this in the center, so the wire's in the center of the back there. These are the little I just glued that kind of center. I can cut the tip to where I need it. I'll probably wrap this around the bolt with some two nuts, because I'll have a bolt coming up to hold it on there, and then I'll have a nut, and then I can have another nut on top of that and kind of hold this in place. 3 here. See, I have marks and drawings all over. So it'll take some adjusting for these. If I have to cut more of the tip off, that's fine, I can do that. So now, I had the board cut and then I painted it. And see, I put these bolts here to hold these, with the wire going through. Is a hot glued the wire. So that's just a little stiff wire there. Got them pinched together here. I'll probably add some more glue. The lights, since they were so spaced out, so I mean, these are the lights. They're pretty spaced as far as, you know, trying to get at least 3. I glued them in there with some braces, kind of bent them to kind of where they want to go. Probably fill in these gaps and paint, so it's mainly just the light that shows. I still got to get the spark plug wires to put on there. I was just trimming up this board so it fits inside the box here. So now it fits right in there. So I got it down in there. And now I got to tape off the front here. I'm going to put tape, just the whole thing of masking tape, and then so I can start drawing, sketching out the lines of where I'm going to cut the opening. So the way I have it set up now, or how it's going to be, is this is the most important part right now, is making the right window in the front here. Because later on, if I don't like this, I can pull this out, which I'll be able to remove, and redo it if I feel like it. I also got the wire will be coming out the bottom here for, so you just got USB, so you can plug it into the wall or the car. Should fit right out that hole there. Do a few more parts. make the window. Maybe adjust the height a little bit. So I got the top all taped off. So what I did is I marked out a pencil and a yardstick or ruler. First I found the center, which obviously I probably didn't need to do. But I went in 2 inches from the sides, and then I drew the line. The top I did 2 inches also, 2 inches all around, and then I took, to make these nice corners, I just took the roll of tape that I was using to tape everything off. I just made that on each side. So now I have my cut line to go around the whole thing, and I'm going to leave it taped when I cut it to kind of protect the edges, but you're still going to have the rubber like gasket going around. So it'll cover up really jagged edges, which I'll probably try to smooth off anyway, but that's going to cover it up, and then I'll put glass from underneath, or plexiglass from underneath, to attach up. And we should have a nice looking window in on the flux capacitor. Alright, so I got the window hole cut out. So what I did was I used as an attachment for the Dremel, so you can use it like a router. And then I took the little sanding bit here on the end of it and just kind of cleaned it and smoothed it up a little bit. So let's take the masking tape off and drop it in there and see how it looks. So there it is in the box. So I still got to do the rubber like gasket around the side, and then the glass, which I'm using plexiglass. I might have to trim these bolts a little bit down. I may have made these too thick or big or something, but the whole inside can be redone if I feel like I want to do it different or better. As long as this outside is good, then the inside, you can always switch it out with something later if I do it better. So it's looking good. I mean, obviously I still got some more parts to add on there, but right now I'm happy with it. This is my edge trim. This is what I got. In case you want to find it and get some yourself, it was I don't know, $7 or something like that. And then I also got these spark plugs, or spark plug wires, which I'm going to paint. There's the numbers for that. So, I mean, you're not going to use this end. I'm going to cut off, and this is the only end with some wire I'm going to use. So I'm going to paint that. And here's my paints. I got some primer. I did find this like copper stuff in case I want to redo the other ones that I did gold. I got this yellow and a red. So these were, I don't know, $3.99 or something. I just tried to get the cheapest ones. This opened up. So I only got 3 feet of this. I'll move this. So really I only got one shot at the cut, because I'm not going to have enough to do another one if I cut it wrong. But it just slides over the edge, because it's an edge trim. So right now it's fitting great. Well, it looks wonderful. I'll move the camera once I get this. So I'm going to cut the trim so it fits just right. But but I think that looks great. Just make sure it's all the way up in the edges here where it needs to be. Now, so you're gonna cut. Oh, so there is you can see here is metal inner working. So just a razor blade cut's not gonna work. I gotta find like a snips or something to cut it. Right, so I ended up just using the Dremel here with a cut wheel. I couldn't find anything to actually cut it, but it's just if you look on the side here, you can see the metal on the sides. So, but cut it in a good place. I mean, it's not seamless or perfect, but it is, you know, reaching and getting the sides. See on the inside here, you can see some more of that metal, but that's inside, so it doesn't matter. So that's yeah, I'm happy with that. I got my spark plugs up here ready for paint. So I'll start with a primer on there. I'm not going to need the ends, but I'm using them. It was a four cylinder. Well, I don't know what kind of car they're for. I just went by looks. But you know, the ends are going to be cut off anyway because I just need the wire to go in. So I'm going to get started on that. Primer on the plugs there. Just checking on the paint that I did for the wires and the flux capacitor. It looks like I gotta do some more of the yellow. I was gonna come tape them up and get to the red tips, but looks like I'm gonna put some more yellow and miss some parts stuff. There, the glass is nice and clear. So we'll put that. We'll have a nice clear piece of glass. It'll be a lot better. And this picture frame or picture glass or whatever you got, it was like $5 at Michael's. So instead of having the flimsy plexiglass, you got like a real piece of glass. So that's gonna be nice. As you can see here, the paint did not stay on there very well. These aren't glued in right now, they're just sitting there. But I almost feel like I kind of scaled it up too big, you know, as far as the I don't know what they're called, the vacuum tubes here, or the capacitors or whatever. So I might try getting them on there and then hand painting them. But I mean, it's not horrible, but well, I mean, the paint is, but over style, it's not that bad. But the paint for all that's gonna suck. So I think I might try hand touching that up. Let's see how that looks. All right, I was trying to touch it up with like the spray paint by spraying it in a bowl and brushing it, but I don't see that it's working. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then I had this laying around. Some acrylic paint. These are like 99 cents at the craft store, maybe even less than that. So let that dry, and then I'll try doing this and see if that works any better. So I got a couple coats of the paint on there of my acrylics. I got the glass in there. Let's see. So it's looking good there. So I'm going to wait for this to dry. I'll slide it in there, see how it looks, and then maybe put it up on the wall. I still got to find, the warning labels that go on here. The old school label maker. Got some labels. I think I'm missing one, or I dropped one. Whatever, I'll get what I have on there. So I'm going to put this in there and get the labels on there, and we're going to see how it looks. All right, so there we go. So I get that other label here. I figure out if I dropped that or wasn't in there, something like that. But I got it from a neighbor, so I didn't have to buy the actual label maker just to make a couple labels. Here it is. Put it on the wall. Nice. I got the train right above it. It's on a USB, so I can plug it into a car or anywhere, computer. You can also adjust the speed with these lights, but I think it's good right where it is. Very happy with it. Later on I might revisit it and redo the inside, because I think these need to be a little more up here. A little farther apart maybe, but the front and everything else looked great.